Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to 6 Ages 2, where, if I'm honest, I have somewhat less information than I was hoping. I did spend some time trying to look up guides, just kind of like any mechanical information about the game, and I really only found two types of things. First of all, things that talk about the game mechanics in an extremely general way, like so general that they're not particularly useful, like food is good. Make sure you have food. Try not to have too few warriors. That kind of stuff. And then other guides that talk about the game in way too specific of a way, like literal step-by-step guides for the first 5 years, and like just follow exactly these steps, which obviously is not something I'm particularly interested in doing. So I don't really feel like I know anything that I didn't know before. I think it's just sort of a side effect of the mushy way that the game seems to accept your actions and gives you feedback. It's just like, did the thing that I do have something to do with that? Could I have prevented that? What would be a better option? What's actually happening? How are the numbers changing? The only answer the game gives you to any of these things is sort of a bemused shrug. It's tough. This is a little tough for me. I like a good story, but in a game, you want to have some kind of clarity on like the way that your actions are relating to outcomes, and we're not so much getting that here. So that said, our people are healthy. We seem to be doing all right on food. We have a harvest coming up. Hold on, I was just looking at this calendar. Earth season is harvest time. And it is now C? Yeah, right, the symbol's right there. Okay, so it is early C. So if we have 2 seasons of food stockpile, in theory, food is still coming in, right? We're still getting dairy and hunting to some degree, and that's another thing that's a little murky for me. Is like which actions are occurring without us having to venture about them, and which ones do require like our active intervention. Because like we have to tell people to. I was looking at this menu too. We have to tell people to trap for furs, even though we have people out hunting animals all the time. But we don't have to tell people to like gather dairy, and it's just like it seems like a pretty arbitrary distinction, a pretty arbitrary divide between like the people who will do their jobs without me specifically having to tell them to do so, and the ones who won't. And I didn't find any guides talking about stuff like how many trade units or how many trade routes can you have without trade magic? What does trade magic really do? If you put a tick in the box, what exactly are the benefits you're getting out of it? Who knows? It's all just sort of murky magic. So I think for the moment we're not desperate for food. There's more exploration we can do. We certainly have found out some things via exploration that we could go telling the other clans. Rita is back. We found some other stuff that was worth exploring, right? Apparently we know about a cave over here. Those treasures of the 4 kingdoms, they're all supposed to be south of us, right? I kind of want to see about cave. Cave is a curious thing. Gosh, our number of swords has gotten really low, though. Can we fix that? Is that a thing we have a venture for? Combat training? I guess this must not be what combat training means, because why would you need to have soldiers to train soldiers? But like, how do we train soldiers? Is there a train soldiers? There isn't. I need more. I need more defense people. Is that maybe on the war panel? Yeah. Here we go. We do. I know that. They require a horse and annual gifts worth 1 cow. New swords need 3 cows worth of equipment. I would like to... Okay, so this is showing how many we could support. We have 8, and we could have 14. Recruit from promising riders. Sure. Should we, like... How many swords do we need? A lot's going to come down to, like, whether or not we ever get attacked, right? But we send swords out all the time as escorts, and we do lose them when we do. I guess just try to recruit a bunch. Okay, wow, that was easy. Yeah, fine. Okay, we could try to recruit more. But, like, I don't know. I certainly feel better. The number went up. Who isn't going to be happy about that? And now I guess let's send out somebody to explore this. Harvar, are you the man? I don't know. Let's maybe think about this a little bit more. Yeah, maybe Pelakara. Pelakara is looking a little bit on the old side for somebody who's excellent at combat, but you know, maybe that's judgmental of me. Good at leadership, good at food, not great at bargaining, but I don't know that the cave is a place where we're going to find people to bargain with. Pelakara, you take the group. I'll bring like 5 swords. Go check out this cave. Oh, okay. Rada is pregnant. Cool. Cool and good. I don't know what the maternal mortality rate is in this world. This might be like dangerous for the circle. Goats rampage across your pastures, and this is going to be especially difficult because I don't think pool noodles have been invented yet. Although they eat some tough weeds and bushes that cattle and sheep can't digest, that's not all they gobble up. They devour green grasses down to the roots, tearing up the ground. They wander off only when they're good and ready. So, to show that he had become truly Orlanthy, Baron ordered all wide-mouthed goats slaughtered. Is that... We're just not cool with goats broadly? They profane our royal pastures. Hunt for the goat herds who loosed them on you. Gosh, the sheep looks really, really rather upset. Our rider allies keep goats. With our capacity to feed livestock diminished, we can't afford a sacrifice. Only an unusually successful Urox rite will aid us against ordinary goats. So, call on Voryoff the Shepherd for a blessing against goats, or hunt for the goat herds who loose them on you seem to be the popular options. I guess let's try to figure out what happened. The clan seems pretty united on this. Or the circle, rather. Who leads the party? That's a really good question. Do we have anybody who's, like, pretty good at both combat and diplomacy? We have an excellent, very good. Can we beat that? I don't know exactly how the situation's going to turn out, you know? Alright, Johnrick, could you try to handle this, please? Who leads the party? Johnrick. I suspect there could be trouble. I suppose there's an argument to be made that if you show up with this many swords, you're kind of making there be trouble. But somebody shot a bunch of goats at us. Johnrick found no trace of the people sending these goats against us. The beasts returned several times that season, damaging our pastures. Those assholes. Damaging our pastures, though. Alright. We can start another venture. Other clans would be interested to hear about the Vistantes lands. Do we want to... Do I just want to do that? She is renowned for her diplomacy. Is she going to be cool doing this while pregnant? I don't actually know. Do we... I'm going to hit the button. We visited a number of clans in the valley over several weeks. They were fascinated by our tales. The Kurander clan said they had heard of a people who were blessed by a still living earth goddess somewhere north of the Black Eel River. Well, now that's interesting. That's an Ankylosaurus. Pelakara and her explorers approach a cave mouth, guarded by a thunder lizard. She forbids them to enter. Dead Ernalda lies in her tomb therein, the creature says. None may pass. It was not clear to me that the she in this sentence referred to the Thunder Lizard and not Pelakara. Thunder Lizards serve Moran Gore the Earthshaker. We probably should not trespass here then. I will praise the Thunder Lizard. I am not easily flattered, she said, but your words ring true. I shall grant you a blessing. It would allow us to devote more sacred time magic to our fields. Thanks, Ankylosaurus, who is the servant of Ernalda, the dead god of fields. That's pretty slick. So we're experiencing pasture stress. Our food is low. Our crafters, every time this guy speaks, he lowers that number, which makes me a little worried. So Cheese and Earthworm are doing their best. We could try to get getting the spirits working seems to have been very useful. Maybe we could try to be getting better value out of these other spirits. You know, this one seems generally useful. Let's try to bargain with this spirit. It should go without saying keeping missions safe, just kind of broadly, is a good thing, right? Verlaine managed to persuade the Blue Jay spirit to help the clan for several years. Our shamans painted themselves blue and squawked in unison with the spirit. Oh, I bet it loved that. Rudine reports an alarming manifestation she saw in the wildlands. Part of the world directly ahead of her simply disappeared, replaced by nothingness. Her terrified horse nearly threw her off. She did not dare approach the world hole, watching it until it sealed up an hour or so later. In response to her tale, Saradin asks, "Is this not delightful? Could we ask for a clearer sign that the world asks us to see past it?" Rudine, normally calm and judicious, flies into a rage. She gathers a fair-sized group of comrades to demand that Saradin and his followers show basic common sense or face clan censure. Fuck is Saradin? You are the Saradin? So Saradin's he's a guy who's renowned and excellent and very good at things, and the problem is that he is just being weird in response to her story. Like, why does she feel like he needs to be censured? Because he asked questions she does not like his interpretation of the event. Saradin likes questions, and a fisher in the world is certainly that. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to mediate their dispute. Would you both fucking calm down? Mood down? Yeah, everything does mood down, I know. Rudine's fear of the nothingness and Saradin's general wool-headedness. In what sense, man? Where was the draw me a map to the wool-headedness that occurred here. Prolonged time spent together merely hardened their positions. Inster had said that getting two people to back down was twice as hard as with one. They made it clear their dispute would continue, hardening the clan against them. This is kind of like nonsense. This is just a nonsense event. Pelakara's party has returned from the east. Okay. So we know about a significant cave. We found Ernalda's grave. That's wild. What do we do with that? Is there anything to do with that? We were told about something north of the Black Eel River, but like half of this map, more than half of this map, is north of the Black Eel River, so it's hard to know exactly what to make of that. Continuing to explore seems to be bringing us some benefits, sometimes, when it doesn't get a bunch of people killed. How low is our low food? 1 season? Okay, but so we eat through the Earth season, and then at the end of the Earth season, we should get something, right? Clan mood is gloomy. Maybe we need to do a venture to boost morale. Holding festivals, games, storytelling. Yeah, people like to people seem to like Ceridan, right? Except for, obviously, you know. Ceridan's efforts to raise the clan's spirits were not well received. No one wanted to hear another tale of bad King Urgrain. More harmony magic might have helped. Well, there's not a ton I can do about that right now, friend. Okay, so we only pulled half a year of... We only did half the harvest, though? I don't know. Like, is that half the harvest? We don't even have a way of knowing that. But there's certainly some stuff coming in. All right, what other adventures do we have access to? This one says that it produces magic and help with an otherworld ritual. Combat training makes the clan fight more effectively. And we can just like make some goods. We have an awful lot of goods on us. The entertain is still going on, so maybe it will yield something eventually. Feasting's a little risky given the amount of food we have. Obviously, we can like make some food, or hope to find some food. Herding, hunting, these are all, yeah. We can search our lands for powerful spirit stones to please the spirits. They have a particular kind of rock that they're into, I guess. One thing I still don't really feel like I understand is rituals. Taming the river can enable river crossings. Clan magic is exhausted. You know what? Let's try to do a ceremony. We're running as many ventures as we can. Well, when one of these ends, let's try to run a ceremony. Maybe get some magic. If that's the case, then I guess let's just send out an exploration party again. We're doing really well with exploring and discovering stuff and then using that information to get popular. Alright, we need to do more to feed our people. I don't know if that's true necessarily. He's squawking, but we have half a year of food in the stockpile. Traders from the Char Orisa clan, known for its rudeness, offer to trade you a treasure. We have Redalda's blanket, a negligible Otios treasure that you idiots might still desire for whatever reason. Wow, they really are rude. Somehow you have bumbled your way upon a useful item, Elmal's battle standard. We invite you to show uncharacteristic wit and trade one for the other. Our own traders commented on their treasure. It rouses the people when neighbors come calling. And they reminded us about ours. It aids our leaders when they square off against enemy counterparts in battle. So they're telling me, and it's hard to, trust this, obviously, because they are very strange people. But they're telling me their treasure sucks ass and our treasure is good. So it would seem like we would want to decline. It's just sort of a matter of which way we want to do it. Kindness blunts the power of Somnal's scorn magic. Somebody's doing some kind of magic based on the presence of scornful feelings? We can get 78 cows out of them. 78! Yeah, I mean, we haven't had to do any fighting yet, but I don't know that that's gonna be true forever, right? I agree with everyone on this. Other people are not broadly in agreement. They pledge to Somnal to treat all rams and riders with scorn, gaining magic that sustains them against chaos. So yeah, they're trying to... They're doing that thing people do on Twitter where they post a thing that's wrong on purpose to make everybody mad at them. I'm gonna praise their tact and kindness. I will refuse to play in. I'm not quote tweeting. A strange smile flitted across the lead trader's lips. You nearly had us there, he said. They quickly departed, leaving us to wonder just what had almost happened. Weird. And did something almost happen? Did we do the right thing but a random number generated incorrectly? Did we do the wrong thing? Should we have done something else? Was there anything else that would have been meaningful to do? Nobody knows. Nobody can ever know. Just a little frustrating. Well, A food stockpile of 3 seasons is more than half a year. So we did pull some more food. 3 seasons is less than we would like, though, right? We'd love to end Earth. We'd love to have a year worth of food right now. A year is 5 seasons, so we have to make sure that we're generating enough food via cattle and stuff. But we have lots of food blessings running, right? Redalda. No, wait. Who is our... Okay, yes. Eralda, Dostal. Again, I think we're hunting for food automatically. I think some food hunting is going on automatically. But maybe we need to venture for some of it, too. I wonder how long the entertain venture lasts. So we have people out. Gosh, what do we want to do? It's kind of hard to know. I mean, we could go and trade. We do have a lot of goods, but it always seems like no matter how much trading I do, or how, no matter how things go, we are simply out of goods when it comes time to take care of the temples. There's no way to have enough goods to take care of the temples, so that's a little tricky. But like, I would like to trade goods for food. So they're always saying, hold on a second. Let me look at something here. No matter how much food we trade, what we get back, or no matter how many goods we trade, what we get back is less than 4 weeks of food. A season is 8 weeks, so half a season is 4 weeks. So trading for food seems to be basically useless. Then what else would we trade for? We could send out emissaries, just say hi to people, bring goods, We haven't met all the rider clans yet, certainly. Known for their wealth. Known for their reliance on raiding. That's not necessarily great for us. Their chief is Peristack. They owe us a favor. I don't know. It makes more sense to me to send caravans. We don't really know what we're getting out of emissaries and stuff. If we were to send a caravan to each rider clan, we'd be able to support more trading routes. Okay. This is what you say, but then I try to do that and I get yelled at, I feel like. All right, let's send a caravan to the Flame Singer. Not to establish a trade route, but to trade goods for food. I mean, it keeps not working, but maybe this will be the time when it works. I don't really know what else to do, and we are continually told that if we do this, it will be good in the long run. I'm assuming because of the knowledge of the routes to their homes that we're gathering, like we're filling out our map on the micro level. Harvar's journey to Vestanon, the neighboring Orlantha kingdom once celebrated for martial and magical prowess, brings the explorers into contact with a Vestantes warband. They're going to hit the Penantelli. Yeah, this is familiar. No match for a combined Vestantes Baronethelli war party. I'm gonna try to beg. Harvar thinks we should beg off. Harvar's good at this kind of stuff, I would imagine. If anybody's going to be able to talk us out of participating, it's him. We saw anger rise within them and departed in haste. We dared venture no further into their territory. Man. Harvar, I thought you were good at this kind of stuff. Well... So they're just coming back then? Yeah. Maybe we're going to get that same event every time we head out there and we need to, dial in the correct answer. That would be awfully strange, but maybe. Okay, there's nothing I can do. I can't tell him to like fucking cut it out because people aren't buying it. Let's bargain with Tradewind, because we're about to do some trade. Let's just try to persuade him to help us get good deals when we buy things versus help us get good deals when we sell things. We are generally selling and buying at the same time, aren't we? Okay. The Tradewind spirit was apparently trivial to convince. Harvar's party has returned. Our caravan is back from the Flame Singers. We traded 31 cows worth of goods for less than 2 weeks of food. Cool. A delegation of riders respectfully hails your sentries at Baronstead's front gate, requesting an audience with Instarid and her circle. Your clan used to be a rider clan until the storied time hundreds of years ago when heroic Baron, founder of your kingdom, married Redalda, favored Earth Daughter from a clan of Orlanth worshippers. Over the generations, your clan became more and more Orlanthi, though you still recognize Elmal and a few gods he brought with him from the Fire Court. Other rider clans, like the Jade Colts, remained true to all of the deities they brought from the north. They still regard Orlanth as foreign. These riders wish to recover lost lore by talking to your horses. In exchange for this privilege, they offer you 4 horses. Okay. Rada feels like this is a fair deal. Most clans worship Elmal, and we are Orlanthi now. Sort of just non sequiturs. Factual, but not actually useful. I think it's okay. Yeah, I don't want to refuse. We don't need the horses, right? We have enough horses, or we had enough horses. I'm gonna just agree. They gave us a whoop of praise. In our veins, we felt the distant pounding of ancestral hoofbeats. They talked with our horses, but we're not sure if they had received useful answers. I can probably give you a hint. You were talking to a horse, so that means it's unlikely. Somewhat unlikely. Alright. Well, their party is back. We can just send them to explore someplace else. I kind of want to keep exploring the south to see if we can find more of those treasures. Like maybe go downriver a little bit more. I keep sending the man with all the bargaining and the diplomacy, and I just don't know. I don't know that I like that. Send Pelakara. We don't meet people that we need to bargain with. Even if we do meet new people, we tend to bargain with them later. And we certainly do run into things that kill us sometimes. So, what does the reorganize button do? Choosing a clan ring is a balancing act to represent the royal bloodline, a variety of gods, and useful skills. Click a skill to sort your leaders in different ways. Don't worry if you can't optimize everything. Your leaders will have their own opinions. You can slide the list to scroll it. Okay. So this is how you change out who's on the clan. Or who's on the ring, rather. So Meniski is our combat person on the ring. Oh. Wow, is it really as simple as just like, no, you're not the person anymore? That's wild. Nobody's actually any better than Meniski, and Meniski is young. Like, in theory, that matters, right? I wonder if he'll get better at combat as he ages. I wonder if the stats change like that. We have a shaman over here. We've been told several times that we want a shaman on the ring, right? I don't actually know what role everybody is serving. Like, so you have very good food. You're a lore person. You're a diplomat. You're a bargainer, which is different in this game. Okay, you are the magic person. But we have another magic person whose magic is just as good. There's a year of difference in their ages. I wonder, like, how much anger does this create? Folk of the clan are displeased that the ring has failed to deliver on our promise. Saradin should be on the ring. Oh, right, yeah. Your baby's been born. Population +1. Let's get a sword in that child's hand immediately. We called him Rodar. Auspiciously, he has a birthmark shaped like a horse at the base of his spine. I don't know if I would want to put Saradin on the ring. Like, he's already pretty old, isn't he? Emissaries from the Costwalting clan approach you with a demand. We can ensure that no ice demons attack Baronstead as they otherwise might, now that it is cold. All we ask in return is 20 cows. This is a protection thing, obviously, a protection racket kind of situation. Nice Baronstead you have there. It would be a shame if any ice demons wrecked the place up. I'm not giving these ice lickers our wealth. That's a weird slur. But you could tell from the way she said it that it is one. The Castwalting clan is what happens when the head of your pantheon dies. Get bent, Castwaltings. I do think we're going to decline. They are not to be confused with the Jernelthi, who also worship Valind, but do so by harboring bandits. The fuck is Valind? I'm gonna decline. What happens, like, what is the difference between decline and send them packing? I guess, you know, if you decline, you're not formally telling them to leave, but they're going to anyway, right? You don't have to formally tell them, because you know they're going to just leave. Let's see. I decline. Okay, expect icy visitors, they replied, not long after ice demons assaulted Baronstead. Who leads the defense? Well, probably somebody whose combat is pretty good, and also their leadership would likely, we would want to be very good, so probably like Jonric or Intigarn. Jonric worships Elmal. That's a fighting god, right? Mood +1, swords -1. But we were ready. The ice demons screamed beneath our hot Elmal blades and hissed as flaming arrows pierced their frosty hides. Only 2 of our warriors were hurt and only 1 died, I guess. Okay. Yeah, leaving a few points in reserve, I understand that. Our market will be profitable this year. The clan has 14 fewer people, but 2 more head of cattle. 10 fewer horses than last Sacred Time. We are sufficient in livestock. We have enough horses. Our seasonal market made some profit. Some stuff's going okay. So, leave some magic in the stores, they say. But also, we got to make sure that we're producing enough food. And it really, really, really isn't clear what putting magic into these things does. It's like, it's good. It makes them better. But in what way? To what extent? Who knows? As always, bemused shrug. I mean, the food situation still seems pretty desperate, right? But we also I would like to cover exploring. Also, I would like to be good at diplomacy, and I just don't know what we need. I'm gonna do this. Do we want some pasture stuff? Like, what we grow from the fields seems to be the lion's share of our food. The pasture blessings, the dairy, I don't think is a huge percentage of our overall food, given how much food we produced at the harvest. But, like, again, I can't actually know that. If I had a report here that was like, hey, 30% of our food came from the dairy cows and 70% of it came from the fields, then, we might be able to make some kind of, like, reasonably informed decision here. I guess for right now I'm going to do this. You sent me to explore the southern kingdom of Forosan, and now I am back. The grip of chaos on that land has tightened since our last visit. As we sifted through destroyed homes and stepped over breached walls, ghosts of the Foro Silvuli came to challenge us. We proclaimed ourselves hardened foes of chaos. They invited us to prove this by hunting and killing the hooded cultists who had slaughtered them. I think Pelakara would agree to undertake that. That seems like Pelakara's deal. We found hooded cultists right where the ghosts said they would be. The traitors to humanity came at us, but we were ready to scythe them down. One of us was killed, another wounded. Because this victory took place so far to the south, it will do little to suppress chaos around Baronstead. But still, we had avenged the Foro Silvuli, and they showed us where to dig up a treasure. It was the Bullstone. This odd-shaped rock snorts ominously, but rewards us when we win a raid by holding our ground. Okay. Ernalda must be sleeping, not dead, because the vestigial magic in her great temple will make our fields more productive over the next 3 years. Okay, did I do that? What is... How did that happen? Why did that happen? What does it mean? Okay, but we have a blessing to our fields. We have an auspicious birth, because Breda's baby had a horse-shaped birthmark, right? Okay, well, cool. Hopefully Breda's baby turns out to be really useful for the clan. Hey, buddy, can we get some more of that curdling bonus? Okay. Wisdom made an arrangement with the cheese spirit. Some of our enemies are telling stories that we are too afraid to leave our own pastures. Yo. I am the only one exploring. Alright, we could probably share our exploration stuff. Well, I guess I'm trying, right? It's just like it takes 1 billion years for that to actually come to fruition. The ghost of one of your rider ancestors appears and lodges a claim against the clan. Hansen was buried shortly before the completion of Baronstead. A pig dug up and damaged his remains. By the laws of Hyalor, I am owed compensation worth 10 cows. Yeah, okay, fucking collect it from the pig. He then turns to Rada and says, I expected my children to properly protect the dead. After their marriage, Baron and Radalda combined the legal codes of their peoples into a new law that would work for tribes as well as clans. Hansen's claim hasn't been made since your clan moved to Baronstead. What the fuck are you gonna do with 10 cows? You're a ghost. What would you do with 10 cows worth of compensation? Okay, that's not useful. Humakt or a shaman could banish the ghost. Gee, if only we had a shaman. We could try that. Hard to say if this would have consequences. Cool, great. Thanks for the info. Elmal wields the Justice Spear. Hansen will get a fair trial. As in most legal cases, if Hansen wins, he would be entitled to compensation. Sure, that's how legal cases work. He might accept a lesser payment rather than risk losing. I assume if we bargain, we don't need to try his case. Baron's law is not the same as Hyalor's law. As one of the last riders, Hansen may not be familiar with the differences. So we think we can catch this guy up on some technicalities that he will not be good self-representation counsel. You know, there is that famous phrase, a ghost who defends himself in court has a fool for a client. We could just try the case. Maybe Wisna could banish the ghost. It's hard to say if this would have other consequences. It feels like if it did have other consequences, they couldn't possibly be positive, though, right? Like our spirit ancestors would be upset about us. This feels disrespectful to ghosts. Let's try the case, you know? Spear of Elmal or whatever, the Justice Spear. You know how we feel about justice around here. As king, Ivalantha will hear the case. Hansen's argument is straightforward. Under Hyalor's law, anyone harming a burial must pay a fine of half the deceased's life price, 10 cows. Your law speakers will present a reason why this compensation should not be paid. Again, pigs. You are a ghost and you do not have standing. Unfortunately, standing is a fucking illusion, as we are continuously learning in this country lately. The fact it's fucking baffling to me that we can't argue that it was pigs what did it, and those pigs don't have 10 cows worth of goods. Does high-alluring law apply? See, this is a problem here. I don't know whether I want to do this because I really don't have a good sense of the sort of knock-on effects of this. Are we somehow reliant on or actively enforcing other elements of high-allure's law that would make this seem to be a hypocritical move? Because if so, I think it would be a bad thing to do. Also, I don't know if this is true. I don't know if, generally speaking, we do this. The fact that just go ahead and try the case was even an option on the menu suggests that this is a thing that we, this is maybe not a thing that happens every day, but it's a thing we have precedent for. I claim it was an accident. Darold argued that the clan was not responsible for the actions of its pigs. That's clearly true. Hunzen reminded Iverlantho that people were responsible for damage done by their horses or cattle. While riders didn't keep pigs, Ridalda did, and so the clan was clearly responsible. Iverlantho agreed and ruled in his favor. That's annoying. We reburied Hunzen's remains in a solemn ceremony since no one remembered how to make a funeral doll. His compensation was buried underneath. It's just spite. It's just a spiteful thing to do. I would love to continue this bonus as well. Wisna readily convinced the Earthworm Spirit to help the clan for several years. She seems to be great at dealing with these spirits, and that seems wonderful. So we have 2 seasons worth of food. That should get us through the harvest again, right? I think we're doing pretty okay on food. Now that we've got the spirits helping us out again, the definition of several years might be a little bit loose. I do want to keep exploring. Exploring seems really valuable. Come down here. Have Pelakara lead some people down here. Yeah. Your allies, the Honeymanes, come to inform you that the 7 stars have been trying to turn them against you. They gave us gifts worth 20 cows and said the valley submitted too readily to Widemouth's bullying. Nothing we have done could possibly be construed as bullying. They also called Iverlantho a dotard and your people hotheads. Okay, well, I don't feel like counter manipulation is the move. They seem annoyed about the manipulation, so we probably should not just do it right back to them. I am inclined to just thank them for informing us. And thanking them to the tune of, like, some goods or something. Chance to strengthen our bond with an ally. Yeah, this is kind of my feeling, is that we should just, like... We should use this as an opportunity to build a relationship over anything else. You'll note they kept the 7 stars as gift. Yeah, it's fine by me if they don't act on it. I want to just thank them. Yeah, let's give them a gift. We will give them some, I don't know, some goods. 10 cows worth of goods? Is that enough? They returned our fulsome praise and rode in circles and gave the good whoop. I love it when people give the good whoop. You hate to be party to the bad whoop. Always embarrassing. All right, we do need more swords. Performing Asara's ritual would help our women fight. That would help because we're short of full-time warriors. Are we, though? I just raised so many warriors. Hopefully things are okay now. After a period of negotiations, the Holmafings have agreed to provide a bride for King Iverlantho, who lacks an heir. Delbora, a young woman celebrated by all for her determination, enters into the agreement willingly, despite the gap in age between her and her royal husband. Her kin expect the traditional bride price of 20 cows, and have brought a dowry of a similar value. I don't feel like we... So wait. Iverlantho's 53. She's young. So she's getting probably the rawer end of this deal. we do not seek additional gifts from them. Do we want to perform a rite of blessing? It is his duty to do this, but after what happened to his previous 2 wives, we can all see why he would wait so long. Do we? Hold on. Okay. A joint blessing will fill us with magical power. Warriors of Elmal shall guard their marriage bed. That's... okay. I mean, they could probably just have walls guard their marriage bed, right? Just, like, go inside. If we treat them generously, they might offer us an alliance. By giving the chieftainship to someone else, we show royal heritage does not really matter to us. They won't give us a single cow. Or some say the king had a lighter soul and was not so quick to anger before his first queen died. And then also the other one did it. Thanks, Rada. That's helpful advice. They have brought a dowry of similar value. I mean, let's perform a joint rite of blessing. This doesn't really seem to... It seems like these 3 are all things about the gifts, and then this is something that you should be able to do in addition to negotiating the gift. It's weird that it's on the same menu. But yeah, let's perform a joint rite of blessing. I will sacrifice at least 5 cows. A bigger sacrifice is more chance of success. 10 seems to be working for us a lot. Ooh, boy, a lot of herds down, huh? Their god-talkers and ours felt a surge of holy power enter their lungs. The wedding feast took place in an atmosphere of excitement, knowing that the gods who still lived were watching and approved. Okay, that seems rad. Saradin is a proud father. I name my hale and healthy son Sarastev, and hope that he follows in my footsteps, both as a worker of wood and a seeker of truths. What greater mystery than that of new life? I don't know, it's not really that mysterious. Stake perimeter would help defend against mounted foes and wheels. And maybe we should be taking our defenses more seriously, but honestly, I'm not really that worried. It's early Earth season. We have 2 seasons worth of food just sitting there. I feel like the food part we're getting it under control. We probably don't need a ceremony now. So wait, we could probably do a ritual then, right? We have some magic and stuff. There are no wild rivers, so we don't need to tame a river. This ritual inspires our women to take up arms or strengthens the quester, which is interesting. This ritual separates the living from the dead, helps us fight, keeps undead at bay, or strengthens the quester. What does strengthens the quester really mean? I'm assuming it like improves one of their stats. But how do I know from here what stat it will be? Are these symbols associated with the stats? Our gods can die at any time, so we should perform Humak's ritual while we still can. Reduce the threat of undead. Although we know many other rituals, few are safe or reliable these days. Our ancestors know a ritual to summon a specific enemy. These days we have enemies enough without that. Are you sure we know these stories well enough to reenact them on the other side? I'm not. This is the thing where you actually want to like study the lore first, right? Maybe let's not with that. All right, we have no ventures running. Let's do some ventures. But what? Send traders to many clans to increase goods. Recruit more clan members. It is interesting that the clan population is not one of the numbers they feel needs to be exposed at all times. We could hunt to make sure that we're okay on food. Actually, increases herds is probably worthwhile. We have definitely paid a lot of herds lately. Tendalor tended to sick animals. That's where he got the name. Thanks to his leadership over many weeks, the herders figured we now had 17 more cows and 3 horses that we would have otherwise lost. Okay, you sent me to the Southern Kingdom, Grip of Chaos, Forest of Uli. Prove this, hunting, yeah, kill cultists. Sure, go, do it. Oof. Traitors to humanity came at us cautiously. We got a terror lizard skull, which rewards us when we win a raid by pressing the attack. Okay, so it seems like we're getting the same kind of stuff over and over again. Also, mood minus. Clan warriors on patrol duty report a fell development. Your outer walls, a shield against enemies since the kingdom's glory days, have begun to show early signs of deterioration and give off the smell of rotting fruit. Workers expert in the ways of stone say they can't name the source of the damage. It is as if the walls themselves have given up and wish to die. Well, that's fucked. What Baron built, we must rebuild. It does seem like we would want those walls to stay up. I don't feel like blaming anyone is the solution. My presence on the ring will aid us in a spirit calling. That's true. That's why I invited you. We could call on Elmal, the god of shields, to make our walls stop falling apart. Our craft goods production will drop if we divert labor to fix the walls. Yeah, but we may need to. Baron told the dwarves, build this wall. When they refused, he said, you do not understand your position here. That's... Nihilista basically never has anything useful to say. So yeah, I think it's... We gotta fix the walls. Let's call on Elmal and see if maybe we can get some assistance here with whatever it is that's causing the damage. Because I think right now, it feels to me like if we just fix the walls with non-supernatural labor, whatever's happening is going to keep happening. How much goods do you sacrifice? 10 has seemed to be our magic number. Elmal filled the gaps in the wall with hot metal from his shield. It solidified quickly. That's wild. Our god just reached down and was like, here. Okay, well, we can have another venture running. It's going to take a while for all that hurting to occur, even though we've already received the benefit. I wonder about recruit more clan members, because we have lost people. Yeah. Okay, John Rick managed to convince 18 people to pack up and move, and they brought with them 10 children. Our people are healthy. Food is good. How's our food stockpile? 3 seasons. Okay, last time it said 3 seasons at the end of the Earth season. We were in totally great shape for the rest of the year. So, that being the case, let's fill in some more stuff here. All the way down to the south edge. See if we come across anything different from the event that we keep meeting down here. Oh, this is very bad. The sun-stealing layer of smoke that blankets the sky settles ever closer to the ground. Pulsing with the green glow of chaos, its poisoned debris fills your lungs and burns your eyes, sickening many. People complain they are breathing words spoken in anger. That's an interesting way to interpret this. Well, Chalana Arroy, the healer, would be the one to cure the sick. Heals the ill, but holds no power over smoke. Do we have a god who is specifically a god of smoke? That's what I thought. We have a Chalana Arroy worshipper on the ring, which I think is supposed to be very helpful. Call on Urox, the desert wind, to blow away the smoke. Call on Elmal, the guardian sun, to burn through the smoke. Again, having an Elmal worshipper. I'm sure that's... yeah. He's gonna recommend we call out to his people. Must remove the cause of their suffering. I mean, that seems to me to make sense. A lot of people think we should call Chalana Arroy. Choose a god worshipped by one or more ring members, or at least that we have a shrine to. You can assist in an Elmal rite. Yeah, let's try Elmal. I feel like we do have to remove the source of the illness before we start treating the symptoms. And you know what we're going to do here. The smoke screamed in pain as Elmal burned it with pale orange heat. It dissipated, and we knew it would not return. Although the god had cleansed the sky, our people still coughed and coughed. With so many sick, we should build a shrine to Chalana. Just its presence in Baronstead will keep people healthier. Folk of the clan are displeased that the ring... Okay, Ceridan... Yes, they still want Ceridan on the ring. Okay. Yeah. We need that curing blessing. Well, you know, we're doing okay actually on... I think this is a thing where we could build a shrine. I think we're managing on the shrine. So yeah, let's just build a normal 4 goods and 2 herds of annual maintenance. We can manage this. Curing, not healing, curing, please. Okay. Also, when we don't have sick people, we can channel the magic of that into hope, which probably is worthwhile. Our people, not so good at hope. Fairly healthy, though. That's nice. Then what? So we don't really have any wounded. Lots of people who are sick. We can send more caravans out to interact with more rider clans, I suppose. That seems like a thing that's worth doing. Alright, we need to do more to feed our people. We have sufficient food for now, but that won't last. I mean, yeah, he's just talking about, or she's just talking about our rate of food income, but I don't know that that's correct. Okay, for Silvuli, Jackal Bears, yeah, undertake it. It's rough, but undertake it. One of us was killed, another 3 wounded. We were given a turtle stone. It has a hidden head that sometimes appears. It rewards us when we win a raid by fighting cautiously. Okay, so yeah, we are just going to get the same event over and over again down there. Members of the Oralmarth clan seek aid gaining an ancestral boon. When Baron first made the tribe, it was our javelins that convinced recalcitrant ram chieftains that a son of Elmal could be our king. Our ancestors who led the fearsome Baron Guard will grant us magic if we recapitulate their heroic deeds and strike an enemy clan on your behalf. Who shall it be? Yeah, that's a great question. Some like us, some don't, so I guess just pick a clan who doesn't like us, maybe. Send them against wheels or riders. Like the weapons of the Oralmar things, the songs of the Baron Guard are sharply pointed. Everybody thinks we should do this. Attacks on bandits lack ritual equivalents to the Baron Guard's exploits. Okay, let's specify a clan. Wheels, right? Probably some wheel clan somewhere. I'm trying to remember who really dislikes us. We owe them a favor. They strive against us. They mock us. Yeah, go do that. Mock -1. They raided the 7 stars immediately, subjecting them to their legendary javelin fusillade. We strike for Iverlantho, heir of Baron, they cried. They came out on top, gaining plunder and striking fear into our rivals. They brought us a share of that plunder, amounting to 17 cows worth of goods. Their ancestors had granted the desired blessing. They beamed. One thing I think we probably could do is spend some goods on herds, maybe? Send out a caravan, try to get more cows. I don't know how many herds you need, what's a good number of herds, but we could probably use more than we have now, and they would produce more food for us consistently, right? And we're still trying to, yeah, trading would be easier if we had performed craft rituals. That's interesting, because crafting and trading aren't the same thing. So they still strive against us. Probably not them. These ones, we owe them a favor. Yeah, let's see if we can buy herds from them. Bring more swords than usual because they're raiders. I'm a little concerned about that. Just bring some bodies. So Dresta, Very good at bargaining, very good at diplomacy, renowned at magic. We don't have anybody who's better than very good at bargaining. I don't want to send this guy. This guy feels like he's too intense for this job. I guess Dresta makes as much sense as anyone. All right. Many people are sick. I'm working on it. Last year, 27 babies were born. The clan has more people, 10 fewer head of cattle, 13 fewer horses than last sacred time. Yeah, we're just like losing everything. We host too few spirits, feels judgmental. Our explorers are likely to meet with misfortune this year, so maybe don't so much with the exploring. We have way more magic than usual, and I don't know why. Fields and pastures up. Health is probably a good one. Diplomacy. Maybe both points of health. Also a point of harmony. And then leave 2 behind. And we just don't explore so much this year. Our caravan is back from the 4 drums. They were pleased. Access to more horses is a good thing. Agreed to trade on a regular basis. Cool. Also back from the Starshines, we traded 40 cows worth of goods for 37 gray cattle. I love that they're gray. Very important. The Grey Wings are spreading stories about how people in the Jade Coulter clan are eating babies. I myself don't believe this. It does seem unlikely. This year's crops have already failed. Some sort of chaos worms oozed through the fields, bursting the seedlings. That's very bad. The farmers are doing their best to salvage things, but we will probably take in about half as much as a normal harvest. We do have enough grain left to plant again. Sow a second time. A few of the new seeds were afflicted, but most of them began to mature. The late planting would not bring in a bounteous harvest, but it would be better than what we had expected. Okay, not necessarily great. We have 2 seasons worth of food, which will get us to the harvest time at least. Clan mood is gloomy. We need to fix the clan mood. But I think that's probably enough pushing the timeline forward for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm doing a better job of managing it, I feel like, but getting better at this has not made it any more compelling. I don't want to overstate it. It's not like I think it's a miserable experience or anything, but I really wish that it was more interested in what I was doing and less interested in it. Really feels like a story is being presented to me and I occasionally click some buttons and maybe they do something and maybe they don't. I wish it felt like I had more agency here, that the stuff I was doing mattered a little bit more. Anyway, or that the ways in which it mattered were clearer at least. Anyway, that's it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time tomorrow, we shall try to navigate what seems like it's going to be the least pleasant year in our history so far. Crops are all screwed up. Exploration is inauspicious. People are spreading all kinds of crazy rumors. And sometimes parts of the world simply cease existing. This apocalypse is going great. So come back for that, and we'll see you then.